Good evening and welcome to the final round of NXTGEN Season 17. This is the Group A1 Tour sponsored by Paramaxed, and we have a cracker of a final round for you guys tonight. We have a championship battle. The last time out, we thought we had crowned our champion in Jack TM53 Synopsis. It turns out that we didn't have Les, who still has an outside but stick chance of taking this league in the finale. Share the screen. And we'll get into qualifying. So here we are then. We have 14 drivers tonight. We have Big Bloody B, D Whitehouse 7, Bob Mark 1, Cam, GT5 Vass, Weedaz, Tim, Webby's Johnny, Fourfish, NXTGEN Les, Shadowstalker Rally Matt, Traumatic Dave, and Jack TM53 Synopsis. Fourfish initially getting that first bite of the cherry. There isn't Les. He is one of our championship contenders. Les must win the race. That is the biggest key to tonight. Les has to win if he wants a chance to take the title. The general permutation is if Les was to win the race on its own, then Jack would need 6th place on its own, and then it would go to countback, in which Jack is victorious. He has 3 victories, and if Les was to win, it would only be his second. So in Jack, there he is in the Ford Sierra, going through Druids down towards Lodge and Deer's Leap. In the 1 minute 0.8 this time around, or last time around, Les has gone on 1 minute 0.9. It's a 101.0. So Jack is right on Les's tail here during qualifying. See, this fight basically comes down because of the drop score system that we run. 1 drop score per person. Now, Les's drop score is a 0 because he didn't feature in round 7. Jack's is a 10-point drop, so Jack must come 7th with a bonus point or 6th or higher to improve his current score of 151. It's all open game. I see Dave. He's currently 4th at the moment. Here's Jack just coming back out of the pits. New set of boots for him. He's half a second down. However, if he finishes in 2nd place, he is fine. If Les was to take first and a point for bonus, Jack needs only to take 12 points from this round to tie within 13 to take it outright. Les crosses the line, doesn't go any quicker this time around. Jack just coming up towards Lodge and Deer's Leap. Across the line, I see Jack starting. Latest lap. Comes D Whitehouse, crosses the line, does go quicker, stays in 4th place. 1 minute 1.3. I do believe in practice or testing, Jack was in the within 60 seconds of this track, so I'll be hoping to get near that this time. GT5 Vass is here as well as a filler. Work out who the other. I don't know if there's. I don't think there is any other fillers for the night. Just Vass, because obviously Vass has been having some difficulties with his internet this season. Just stopped his charge as he allows a car to go through. Les puts it back on pole position on 1 minute 0.4. He is a 10th quicker than 4Fish at the moment. 4Fish just 0.1160 away in that GT Nissan Skyline R32. Lovely looking car, it's a great car to drive, 4-wheel drive, and this could be where Jack's difficulties begin, is the 4-wheel drive cars around here, you can slide them a little bit more and get away with it, and that start is going to be crucial for both Les and 4Fish. Just get off the line and get away. Which comes across the line, goes quicker, not quick enough though, he is 17 thousandths away from pole position. Swordfish goes off through the craners. Not craners, where am I going? Through the Cascades. He goes off. Priestley Harding, good evening. Watching in 4G land, apparently. I don't know how that's holding up. I've heard some funny stories about 4G stick not working in project cars. Hopefully you get to see this cracking title fight. If you watch Cam, Mercedes Magician, as he goes a bit wide through Druids, keeps it just about on the track. The number 23 piston car, best of the rest. I mean, that is basically tonight the 4th fastest car. Obviously not a great lap, but he's going to have at least one more. 4Fish is now finished for the qualifying session tonight. Traumatic Davies up in 8th at the moment. It's a great start for him. He doesn't go any quicker this time around. Jack does go quicker though. There he is in his Milgo car. He is 0.264 away from Les. At the moment, he is perfectly situated. Comes Cam. The basic principle of this is if Jack comes in 4th place or higher, there's nothing Les can do about the championship. Here's Rally Matt, number 3, going through the Cascades before heading into Knickerbrook. He's also in the Mercedes-Benz 190E Evo 2 Group A car. Qualifying has finished. I'm going to keep on going with Matt. So we enter Druids. He's got Bob ahead of him at the moment. Bob probably on a lap of his own. See a bit of a struggle in that BMW. And as we say that, Bob goes off through Lodge and Disley, but Rally Matt comes across the line. His position. Leap up to the line. He's nearly a second away and he stopped, so he is not going to finish that lap. Jack comes across the line. Nope, he's going to stop and do a practice start himself. I can't really do anything about the mic breaking up at the moment. I don't really know what it is. Right, I've changed my mic. Hopefully this works a little bit better. I've got two different microphones which I've used over the past few weeks and it doesn't seem to change anything. Anyway, NXTGEN Les does take pole position away from 4Fish. Jack is in third with D Whitehouse in fourth, Cam fifth, GT5 Vass in sixth, Weedaz seventh, Rally Matt eighth. Big Bloody B is in 9th, Traumatic Dave in 10th, Johnny is 11th, Shadowstalker 12th, Bob Mark 1 13th, Tim is 14th, and rounding out our grid tonight. But that's crucial for Les, he's on pole position. And Jack in third place, he's going to have his work cut out, but at the moment he's doing enough to keep his title chance alive. We're going to sink in. Hopefully this is better for the microphone. We're going to have the 3 red lights for the final time this season. We are green in the Power Max Group A1s. Who's got the best time? Looks like D Whitehouse has got a good jump on Jack, but not quite enough as we head up towards Old Hall for the first time. Les has got an absolute stonker of a start. Weedaz up into 4th place now in the Mercedes-Benz. Jack's gone backwards. He's now down into 6th place. Down towards Dentons and Cascades. It looks like we got away fairly cleanly there. Everyone's still moving in the right direction. Into Knickerbrook. Jack right now is not in a good position. GT5 Vass has had a bad start. He's also been overtaken there by Bob. Here comes Tim. Vass down to 14th then. But at the front we got Weedaz, who's becoming under pressure here from D Whitehouse. Jack needs to get up those 2 places. So they head through Deersleep up towards the start-finish line for the first of 24 laps tonight. Into Old Hall they go. And Traumatic Dave is currently in 8th. He's got Rally Matt behind. On board with the Mercedes man as we head into the Cascades. And into this connecting road. Watch that Ford Sierra pull away, but Dave has not got a great line there through Knickerbrook. Just about holds onto it though, for now. Jack is all over the back of D Whitehouse 7 though, going through Druids. Down towards Lodge for the second time. Les is a second ahead of 4Fish. You'd like to think he's going to start checking out. Here comes Jack down the inside at Lodge. Move made. 5th place is the way of Jack, and it looks like D Whitehouse didn't really fight that too much, which Jack was down the inside, obviously not wanting to interfere Too much with the title fight. That's not what Les needs to see. Les wants to see Jack now stay there in 5th place. And collect no bonus points. Let's have a look further down the field. Dramatic Dave still has Randy Matt right behind. Little confidence lift. Oh, the Sierra almost gets out of sorts there. Through Water Tower. Clay Hill. Druids for the number 87 Zippinol machine. But that fight is going to slowly calm down for now. There's Les, there's Fullfish. Jack's got a past Weedaz. Jack is in that crucial 4th place right now. Through Cascades, if Jack can cement that place and go up to 3rd, there will be no doubt that this title will be his, and it'll be his first Group A1 title on Project Cars 2. He's had to wait a fair few seasons. 6 to be precise, this is 7th. Meanwhile, Dramatic Dave has got maybe to Johnny in his sights at the moment. The Audi driver starting to come under pressure from the Ford Sierra Cosworth. Into Old Hall, Dave. Dramatic Dave looking to try and get up into 7th here. Les is now gone, he has vanished, 5 laps in now. He's 2.4 up the road from Fourfish. Fourfish is not going to catch him by the seams of it unless Les makes that mistake. Here is that battle, and Jack still under pressure here from D. Whitehouse. Tim has a track limits penalty there. They come across the line. Fourfish from Cam, from Jack from D. Whitehouse. On board with the Audi, so we head out of Old Hall. Probably not the best line now from D. Whitehouse. Probably should try and stay off the curb. He'll get a better drive. You almost get this feeling that D. Whitehouse is just not really attacking Jack here. Oh, that's a bit wide from Cam. That's going to end up in a slowdown. Yes, it is. Jack now up into 3rd place. He has a breathing room. Meanwhile, Johnny has managed to gap Traumatic Dave and is now on the back of Weedaz. We're coming up to a quarter of the way through. Over the crest, over the line, into Old Hall Corner. Johnny looks to the inside. It's not quite going to work there. Weedaz has got a better line on the exit for Old Hall. Behind, Rally Matt is getting very, very close to that Sierra Cosworth of Traumatic Dave. Through the Cascades. Nothing doing here. He's going to have to engineer something up here, is Matt. The Sierra has always been the quickest car in a straight line. As proven at Hockenheimring Classic. So he's going to have to conjure something up, maybe force Dave into that mistake. Required to get past. Weedaz has managed to gap for Johnny ahead of him as well. A little bit wide from Dramatic Dave. Is going to give Rally Matt a good chance up the hill. Once again, though, that forward, the power kicks in. And Old Hall no longer becomes an overtaking spot. But if Matt can keep his lines together here, that's what he does. He's off at Old Hall. It looks like he's just spun to the inside. Yeah, if Matt can just keep his lines, he may well just get Dramatic Dave on a corner exit here. And be able to cover into the defensive line. NGR Tim has retired from the race. Probably just not to get in the way of the leading battle. But Jack has got D. Whitehouse behind. D. Whitehouse, again, not really attacking. Maybe trying to use Jack for his own gain here. Try and get up into the podium places for this, the final race. Across the line they go. Dave again, he's slow coming out of Lodge and up through Disley, but again, he just gets the power down in time to stop Rally Matt from getting through. See how quick the Mercedes is through the corner. Cam's now got a penalty for some reason for track limits. Through Cascades. Matt had a look into the 90 right. He knows that's a weak spot for the Ford. If he can stay with him for the next lap, he may well... Oh, Dramatic Dave yet again getting a little bit loose off the curves of Knickerbrook. We're 9 laps now in the books. Running man just dropping back now. It's not ideal for him, but Jack now on the tail of Fourfish. Say, Les is doing absolutely everything right. Let's have a quick look at the timings. He has got the fastest lap, so Les is doing absolutely everything correctly right now. Fourfish heads through Druids. Fourfish now has a penalty. Into Lodge. Oh, there's a bump between Jack and Fourfish. D. Whitehouse goes through. Jack down into 4th, but once again, he is still safe right there. It's like either Fourfish breaks a bit earlier than Jack was expecting, or Jack just slightly missed his braking point as D. Whitehouse now passes Fourfish down into Old Hall. Good camera work. 5 seconds now the gap. Les is doing absolutely everything right. He's taken pole position, he's winning the race, he's got the fastest lap at the moment. And it looks like, unfortunately, we've lost GT5 Vass. The leaders pass Bob Mark 1 to put a lap on him. Just 11 laps in. Matt's gone round. That's a strange place to lose the car. That's on the entry to Knickerbrook. That's a very surprising place to have a spin, actually. You'd expect after the 90 right or after Knickerbrook getting on the curbs, but not before Knickerbrook. I wonder what went down there. I know he was fighting with Dramatic Dave, and it looks like Weedaz has closed in on Dramatic Dave as well. That's not ideal for Rally Matt. Down in 10th now. Oh, and Weedaz loses it on the curb going through Old Hall Corner. Has he held it? Yes, he has. No, he hasn't. Into the wall he goes. Manages to get back on, and Shadowstalker takes 8th place away. Just too aggressive on the outside curb from Weedaz. Trying to get as much pace out of the car as possible. Meanwhile, These three are still battling. On board with the 40-hour Cosworth of Jack TM53 synopsis. He doesn't have to do anything here, he just has to finish the race. In 4th or higher, obviously, but he doesn't need to take any risks with this. The win is gone, it's about 7 seconds up the road from us. So Jack needs to think championship here. He's already put one major risk of that potential spin into Lodge. He needs to think fully on the championship right now. Fourfish, I'm sure, is going to contest that penalty on the basis it looks like he hasn't actually lost any time. He hasn't actually gained any time. Deer's Leap. It's currently in an Audi 1-2. Nissan 3, Ford 4, Mercedes 5. Looked a bit close on the track limits for Fourfish. I think he got away with it though. Up towards Knickerbrook. Already over halfway through this race. Running out Big Bloody B, they are close together on circuit. Big Bloody B does have a penalty to his name right now. I think Bob is... I'm almost certain Bob's already been lapped. Yeah, oh, there goes Bob, unfortunately. Through Old Hall, he's just spun it. Meanwhile, Wiedaz has lost further time. He's now gradually coming backwards towards Rally Matt. Well, Fourfish, we've not seen what's happened to Fourfish. Fourfish had an instant somewhere. He's down into 6th place. Johnny's now up into 5th. Jack up into 3rd place now. I tell you, that wouldn't surprise me if Fourfish has gone off at Druids. He does take an alternative line to and he turns in a little bit later to try to square it up. It wouldn't surprise me if he's either caught the grass on the exit of that corner and just had a bit of a spin. But D. Whitehouse now in 2nd. Jack in 3rd place. He just has to get it home. Meanwhile, Ronnie Matt's in a Mercedes sandwich. Full of Mercedes. Mercedes on top, Mercedes in the middle, Mercedes on the bottom. Neither of them close enough to make a move. Where's Bob? There is Bob. He's down in... Turns out just going through Lodge Corner. If you're wondering, this is your leader. It is NXTGEN Les. Led from start to finish, doing absolutely everything right to try and claim his first Group A1 title. At the moment, though, it's all up to what Jack does. If Jack finishes where he is, it'll all be in vain. Jack would finish 2 points clear of Les after the drop scores are in. Doing very well here, isn't it? I think whilst there's not really much going on, I say that as Big Bloody B is right on the back here of that. One more with the bumper camera as we head through Deer's Leap. Into Old Hall Corner. It just looks like Matt's just a little bit more settled with the car. able just to throw it into corners a little bit quicker. And Dramatic Dave has gone backwards. I don't know what's happened to Dave. It's behind Weedaz, so he's had a bit of a spin somewhere. And here into Druids. Oh, that's a bit wide from Dave. He's clipped the outside. He's very well held. Oh, he's still having a moment. Oh my word. He's clipped the barrier. He's back on the circuit. I think he's going to argue that half of that was a little bit luck. Oh, hang on, that's a spinner. That's Weedaz. Weedaz is now spun at Lodge Corner. Rally Matt goes up into 8th place. He's about 4-5 seconds here away from Shadowstalker. Well, Johnny is being hunted down by Fourfish for this top 5 place. Audi versus Nissan. Oh, that's just caught the curve a little bit wrong there for Fourfish. Johnny just heading into through Knickerbrook up the hill. It's making that Audi very wide. I mean, he's already won a race this season as Johnny. He knows how to defend. Fourfish right on the track, immediately defensive. Oh, Fourfish looking for any size gap to chuck his Skyline in. Through Lodge, he's looking to get a better line out. Towards Old Hall. Oh, and Johnny... It looks like Fourfish trying to dummy him very, very early. Although he's got the line coming out of Old Hall, this should be side by side into Denton's. The move is made by Fourfish, a cracking little switch back by the Skyline, sends him up into 5th place, but Johnny immediately having a look down the inside, the door closes. That'll be the end of that one. Ruthless overtake from Fourfish in the end, but absolutely perfectly legal all the way through that. Big Bloody B is behind Traumatic Dave at the moment and is going backwards in a hurry. It looks like he's had an incident at turn 1, that's Old Hall Corner. He's got the leader of NXTGEN Les behind. NXTGEN Les will be flashing his lights, I suspect. Yeah, there he goes. Big Bloody B moving to the side, good driving, just moving out of the way for the leader. I mean, there's no point interfering with that. D. Whitehouse has managed to just keep that gap around 2 seconds to 1.52 seconds. Jack, he's just kept it nice and stable. Cam had a bad lap last time around, 108.5. He heads through Druids on lap number 21. Les has already started lap number 22. Nearing the end of this race. Cam, always the... never classed as an underdog, even though the car is very much an underdog in this series. He works magic in that Mercedes, I kid you not. He gets results out of it that he just shouldn't do. But he does it anyway. He's in the top 4 at the moment. No, he's going well. He's going well. He just gets to the end of this race, finish off the season. This is his first full season for a long, long time. Obviously, Cam goes to uni, so obviously his seasons tend to be broken up into bit part cameos due to that. But yeah, it's a full season for Cam, and my God, is he impressed this season. Everyone knew he was a quick man, but he is impressed in that Mercedes to no end. See, there's no real battle on track. I say that. Daz has got Big Bloody B right up his chuff. I think they've had a swap of places. Daz runs wide. Here comes Big Bloody B, and here comes Cam as well. Cam trying to get past them to lap them. Gets through nicely. But now Daz has Big Bloody B right behind him for company. Up the hill. Just want to check that fastest lap time. It still looks like his Les is at the moment. Les goes on to the final lap then. Oh, that's a big spin. Daz has gone round. Down to 11th. And that's pretty much where he's going to finish now, I think. And carries on. Jack has lost a bit of time last time around, maybe just taking it steady, knowing he just has to finish there to become champion. But what a campaign Les has had, obviously. That drop score bring him right into play. He's had a fantastic season this season as Les. Current state of play, he's going to become the bridesmaid. But it's been a cracking season, and what a way to finish season 17 for Next Gen Les. He crosses the line to win at Oulton Park Fosters. A fantastic lights to flag victory. D. Whitehouse will be pleased with this ending. Second place in the Audi. Flashing his lights away. Jack, though, he is now confirmed Group A1 champion for season 17 of Next Gen, sponsored by Paramaxed. What a result for him. Cam finishes in 4th. Fourfish will come home in 5th. Web user Johnny gets 5th in the end because Fourfish's penalties, but that could change afterwards. Shadow Stalker. What a drive he has had. 7th place. He's kept it out of trouble in the Audi. He's had another one with a great season under his belt in the Audi. Shadow Stalker comes home with 7th to just beat Rally Matt. Traumatic Dave could have been better for him today, but it's still a solid result in 9th to finish out his season. I'm just going to invite Jack to do cover your ears, because he may end up screaming because he is now confirmed champion. Confirmation then of provisional results. Obviously everything provisional until the stewards are happy from any incidents that are sent in. Cam's ended up with a 10-second penalty. That's amazing. And he's still got 4th place. That's a fantastic effort. But Next Gen Les does take the victory here with fastest lap and pole position. He's taken the absolute best, and he's done exactly what he needed to do. D. Whitehouse is in 2nd, Jack 3rd, and what a season he has had. He is confirmed champion for this season of Group A1s. Had a bloody tough time tonight, though. It wasn't the easiest, but he's got there. Cam 4th, Johnny 5th, Fourfish 4th, Shadowstalker 7th, Fourfish 6th, Shadowstalker 7th, Rally Matt 8th, Dramatic Dave is in 9th, Big Bloody B 10th, Weedaz 11th, Bob 12th, Tim in 13th, retired after 6 laps, GT5 Vass was the other retirement for the night. And Jack, we can finally say it this week, but you definitely are the Group A1 champion.
Yes!
It's only by 2 points now. I mean, Les done exactly what he needed to tonight.
Oh, wow.
Oh man, Les was amazing. Just like you said, Geordie, he did everything that he needed to do. He was well up for it, and he did exactly that. It was tricky. It was not easy.
You
Sweating buckets.
you put yourself in a bit of peril though with your little bit of contact with four fish. I thought you could have ended up going round then, and that could have caused all sorts of issues.
I felt okay. I was worried that four fish might go around instead. That was my big worry. I brake later. I didn't expect it to brake like as early as he did. Not that there was anything wrong with it. If I turn the car, we'll both go around. So I just hit the back of him. But he was lucky. There's no escaping that. It was lucky.
But it's been 7 seasons wait for the Project Cars 2 Group A1 title, and you finally have it in your grasp.
I know. I just can't. I can't believe it, Jordan. Honest, I mean, you know, the disappointment of last week. I'm not going to lie, was tenfold. After thinking I'd done it, and then realising I hadn't, and then the peril of having to make sure I got fourth, and that was unbelievably difficult. I don't know how I finished third. The car was just a mess. The whole race, it just didn't do anything I wanted to do. I couldn't get myself a straight line. I nearly spun off the circuit at 2 laps to go. It was just finally. Get in.
I mean, it's fair to say that you've been pushed this season, haven't you? I mean, Cam initially, and then obviously Les on this late sudden charge. I mean, in reality, going into like last week, we weren't really thinking about Les because we didn't really factor in that his drop score was a 0. But I mean, it's fair to say you've been pushed all the way from the guys to this season, and I think any one of you three, possibly 4, 5 in the end, anyone could have taken this title this season.
Yeah, you're 100% right, Jordan. I mean, you know, you mentioned Cam. He's been incredible all season. It was his drop score that took him away. Les has finally put in the championship challenge that I knew he could do, and you know, he's been incredible this season. His driving style really suits these older class cars. Adam as well, you know, former champ. Let's not forget. Oh, that feels weird saying that. Adam, you know, has been absolutely good all season. He was incredible at Nordschleife, and he's just been really unlucky. And then Fullfish, who again really stepped up a gear this season, really been good. I just think he needs another season in that Nissan, because I just think he's a little. I was watching him, and I just thought he's just a bit too skittish, and yeah, that's what happened to him. But he'll get there. They'll all get there, and I reckon I'm going to be really hard pressed next season, especially with all the new things to come.
No, definitely. And on that note, so you're probably going to go and set up for the touring cars. That's coming up next. Group A1s will be back next season, season 18, kicking off the 3rd of August with their Monday night tourers, as per usual. So Group A1s will be back for another season, so it means even though the pressure's off tonight, Jack, you can have a lot more next season when you're trying to defend that title.
Good.
It's been a fantastic season. Obviously, we do thank Paramax for sponsoring the event and the league. It's been, I hope everyone's enjoyed it. I mean, it's been one hell of a season to commentate on, from my side, and that was my 75th Group A1 commentary. So a milestone for me.
Definitely a milestone for you, buddy.
But as I say, join us in about 10 minutes' time for the modern touring cars. They're going at Oulton Park International, the biggest layout of Oulton Park. Championship already been decided, but that just means everyone's going to go gun-ho because there's not a lot left to lose. So it could make it very interesting. So stay tuned for that one. Yeah. I mean, all the videos and streams will be available on the YouTubes. I know the from rounds 4 to now are still going to be on Twitch for a bit longer. I'll see the videos out for 60, stay on there for 60 days. But all the videos and streams will be on a playlist on YouTube, which will be shared within the NXTGEN page over the course of the off-season. But as per usual, we thank Powermax for the sponsorship of the league, and we thank everyone for watching this season, and for the drivers for taking part, because it's been one hell of a season. But for myself, Jack, and the Group A1 Tourers for the last time in Season 17, good night.